What's going on, everybody? Okay, so in today's jog blog, it's actually going to be a walk. I have a question that came in from one of my former high school football athletes. He had a great question. I figured a lot of people may be in the same place, so I figured we would film my response to him so multiple people can benefit from it. I mean, don't quote me on this, obviously, because I can't read it as I'm walking, but his question or his concern to me was, he reached out to me. I'm really happy he did, by the way. He says that he's having a problem because lately he's been a little bit lazy. Actually, quite a bit lazy. And that his motivation is low. And that, it seems a routine is happening in his life where he'll get motivated and go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week or for several weeks, and then it'll drop down and he'll get lazy again. And then at the end of his message, he was basically just reaching out and asking if I could give him some motivation, which is an understandable question, but it's kind of a silly question at the same time, because motivation isn't something that I can give, right? And let me explain a little more into that in detail in just one second, but a little more background on this specific individual. Like I said, he's a former athlete of mine, and he has lots of experience. I think that paused on accident. Anyways, again, this individual is a former athlete of mine and has a lot of experience working out with me in the weight room, in the high school gym, where strength, performance, speed, power, okay, these were the focuses of our training. That's important for moving forward in this conversation. But anyways, here's the point I want to make. As far as motivation is concerned, right? So motivation will build and wane for everybody, every person, including myself. See, motivation, you obviously want to proactively put yourself in environments in which that boost motivation or keep motivation high. And I take pride, or I'm very thankful that this individual sees me as a person who tends to build that motivation, which is why he reached out. So that's great, because that's always my intention. But at the same time, it's important to understand that you're not exclusive in experiencing motivation building and waning. And every person, most people think that what they lack is motivation, right? Because the truth is, when you're really motivated, okay, when you're really motivated, typically motivation sometimes comes from an adverse situation, unfortunately. Maybe somebody called you fat, or maybe you tried to do something athletically that you just really couldn't, or maybe sometimes for females this is somebody asked if you were pregnant and you're not, or maybe you just can't fit into your favorite jeans or your favorite dress, or unfortunately sometimes maybe it's a spousal situation, that you are single or break up with a spouse because of possibly a fitness related or physical fitness aspect. And that's tragic, but the truth is that stuff does happen. So whatever the motivation comes from, sometimes, again, this is just you looking yourself in the mirror and knowing that you're not seeing something that you want, and that you deserve better, and that you're just not happy. You don't feel good about yourself. You're not confident. And so all of those scenarios are adversity. Another big motivator sometimes is the doctor telling you, hey, you're borderline diabetes. I'm out here in front of my fitness facility where I help people make major transformations. A lot of you follow me know that. But anyways, so what we want to point out here, what I'd like to point out here, is that whatever that adversity is, typically it's some sort of an adverse situation that encourages motivation. Now here's the key. Now, I didn't invent this, but I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people make major transformations in their fitness, in this is just what's true. This is what needs to happen. Again, I didn't invent this. This is just what works. Okay, when you're highly motivated, typically because of that adverse situation, you want to take action, and that action needs to be the type of action that holds you so accountable, so much so that if tomorrow the motivation wanes, right, or the motivation isn't as high, it doesn't matter. It's too late, right? Like you already took the action that's going to hold you accountable. Now, typically that action is something like making a financial investment, like you're paying financially for or investing in a gym membership. Maybe you purchase workout equipment. Maybe you purchase a nutrition or diet program. Maybe you hire a personal trainer or a coach like me. But it doesn't always have to be an investment. Sometimes it can be from making a personal declaration to God or to your mom or to your family and friends. That's accountability, okay? In addition, you can also get a workout partner. Workout partners are great, workout buddies, because, you know, on one particular day, maybe that you guys are supposed to work out, your workout buddy does not feel like going. And you're like, no, dude, forget that. We're going today. Get your butt up. Let's rock and roll. I don't feel like doing it either, but we got to get it. We want it more. And so we're going to go. And then the next time that you don't feel like, necessarily going or skipping out, or sleeping in or missing a workout, then that workout buddy's there saying, no, F you, man. Don't you remember that last time when I tried to skip the workout, you didn't let me? Man, get up. You're going. I'm dragging you there. You're going with me. We're going to rock and roll. Okay, so, accountability is key. And so when you're motivated, if you take actions that don't hold you accountable, your likelihood for failure of not being consistent goes down. So keep that in mind, guys. When you take that action, it needs to be an accountability type action. Now, moving forward, now that we've broken down motivation, right? Motivation will get you started, right? Like that adversity, that pain point will encourage you to get you started. But getting started, most people don't have a problem with, right? Most people, even you out there, you've probably gotten started, many times. So that's not the key. The key's not getting started. It's a crucial aspect, but the crucial aspect is being consistent over time. Like, you want to be consistent over time. And that's, again, where the accountability comes into place. But moving beyond just accountability, it's very important that you're getting results from the efforts that you're putting out. That you're getting results from the sweat equity, I like to call it, from the financial investment, from the energy output, from the sacrifices. If you're sacrificing maybe sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, which is something you love, or you're sacrificing money that could be well spent somewhere else, or you're sacrificing just effort and pain and sweat and being uncomfortable, and you're not yielding results, that's not very encouraging to continue. That, instead, a lot of times you say, well, this isn't worth it. I've been putting in work for 2 weeks. I haven't seen any weight loss on the scale. Okay, my body's not changing. I don't feel any different. So why should I keep doing this? And that's a major problem. And I think that this individual who reached out to me, that's one of the problems they're having, is not the motivation. I don't think it's the lack of that. I don't think it's the lack of taking action. It is the lack of getting results from the effort that's being outputted. So how do you maximize results? Okay, a lot of people ask me these questions. Here's what's important to understand. Again, as mentioned before, this particular person knows a lot about lifting weights, working out hard. He's a competitive athlete. Okay, and like I said, when we worked out, it was big body movements, barbells, lunges, squats, deadlifts, power cleans, explosive power type movements. But now, let's understand. Let's assume that the goal is weight loss or fat loss, which I'm pretty sure it is. You can't expect to do things like most people don't understand that the size of your muscle is not necessarily too relative to how functionally strong an individual is. And then beyond that, like functional strength, right, has absolutely nothing to do with your physical endurance, right? So those are separate things. And then physical endurance, or the ability to work out for a long period of time or work long, that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your body fat percentage. So I have clients, I have people who come to see me here at my gym, and I have clients that scale mountains and ride their bike 67 miles a day and do not marathons, but do endurance activity. That doesn't mean that you have a low body fat percentage. That doesn't mean that you look lean and ripped, that you're comfortable. That just means that you can perform work for a long time. So endurance is not relative. So what does that have to do with what we're talking about here today? That has to do with is, it's a shame when you have an individual like the person we're talking about here, who is motivated to lose weight. They want to lose weight, get lean, get ripped, feel good, feel confident, okay? And so they make a big effort and go to the gym. Like he said, he goes to the gym for 2 or 3 weeks and then falls off. But let's say that action, even if that action was taken every single day, okay, was similar to the way we worked out as high school football players would. Well, that type of working out is to produce an outcome that has nothing to do with aesthetics, like how the body looks. That has to do with performance. And performance is different than aesthetics, just like we just explained. Size of muscle isn't necessarily relative to strength, and strength not relative to endurance, and endurance not relative to body fat percentage. So, what's not fair is an individual making big effort and going out there, working out hard for several weeks, but unfortunately the activities that they are doing are activities that produce strength, power, endurance, okay? That's not fat loss. All right, that's not fat loss. So, instead, what my advice would be to you out there and to my friend who reached out to me is, number one, okay, next time you're motivated, next time you're highly motivated, because it'll come, okay? You're motivated, you reached out to me, you took action, that's great. That action in and of itself doesn't hold you that accountable. You have to take an action that holds you accountable, or you're just gonna experience the same roller coaster. So, and then when you do take that action that holds you accountable, whether it's getting a workout buddy, signing up for a new gym, starting a new program, getting a workout buddy, declaring to God, your family, and your friends that you are gonna transform your body, and this is gonna be the time, this is it, okay? Make sure that you're doing workouts that are designed to burn body fat percentage. Make sure that your nutritional approach is supplementing that effort. The only thing that you need to do to lose body fat percentage, we all know this, is be at a calorie deficit. So you want to eat less calories, burn more calories in your workout, okay? So I suggest doing things like supersetting, right? Full body workouts, throwing in some cardio, doing things like sprints, high intensity interval trainings like I do at my boot camps and here in Fat Loss Boot Camp at Ultimate Edge Fitness, okay? Those are the things that are gonna help you potentially be in a bigger calorie deficit, because you're gonna burn more calories in the workout, okay? But again, you cannot out-train a bad diet. You can work out 3 times a day, every single day, all week long, and at the end of the day, in 5 minutes, you can run to McDonald's and overeat the amount of calories that you burned in those workouts. So, you have to put it all together, okay? You have to put it all together. There must be a nutritional approach, and that doesn't mean starve and be on a crazy diet that sucks. You want to have a high protein, okay? Low carbs, low calories. So, there's a ketogenic diet approach can help ramp things up. Intermittent fasting is a great tool I'm a fan of that can help accelerate that process. But understand, okay? Motivation is probably not what you're missing, okay? And I can't give you motivation. You already have motivation. You were motivated to reach out to me, okay? Motivation is not what you lack. What you lack is discipline, okay? And in order to acquire or build discipline, you have to win on a regular basis. You have to win each day, each week, each workout. You have to be consistent, because those little wins, okay, that progress in the right direction that you're trying to go will contribute to your courage, to the confidence to start making bigger commitments, okay? So start small. Start with drinking a gallon of water a day. That's easy. You can do that. Everyone can do that. Drink a gallon of water a day. That's your minimum goal. And every day that you win at chalking off Drinking a gallon of water a day is going to contribute to that confidence. It's going to contribute to the discipline that is required, the discipline that someone who makes major transformations, that character that's associated with that type of person. So it has to be built. So start small. Okay, make sure that you win each day. It's not that small act. It's not that small, simple act of drinking a gallon of water a day or drinking more water a day. That's not going to totally transform your body. It's going to just contribute to the character in which that's associated with someone who makes major transformation. So that's it, guys. That's it. It's not motivation you lack, it's discipline. Discipline is not developed overnight. It's like a muscle. You have to work it, okay? You have to win, okay? So that's it. When you're motivated, like right now, take an action, hold you accountable, and make sure that when you are doing those workouts, that they're workouts designed around burning body fat, not building strength or endurance, okay? Make sure that your nutrition is on par, and your nutritional approach needs to be something that's convenient enough for you to stick to. It's all good and well to try to eat super healthy and have a very strict and rigid diet, but if it's not convenient enough, you're not going to be able to stick to it. So my advice is pick a nutritional approach that you love, that's so convenient, so stinking convenient for you that it's almost impossible for you to deviate from. And when you do that, you'll get consistency over time. And that's how you make a major transformation. All right, guys, I hope this helped. Please leave your comments below, tag somebody that might benefit from this. Click the notification so you can see the next video that comes out. Appreciate you.